This is RTV6 News at 6, working for you.
Good evening. I'm Amanda Starantino in the RTV6 studios.
And I'm Mark Mullins at my home studio as we continue to social distance ourselves during the COVID-19 pandemic. And first tonight, the state now reports more than 1,000 deaths in Indiana from coronavirus. The Department of Health confirms 44 new deaths from COVID-19, bringing the total to 1,007. There are also 669 new coronavirus cases. 17,835 people in Indiana have tested positive for COVID-19 since the pandemic began. Nearly 95,000 people in the state have been tested for the coronavirus, and almost 19% of those tested have been diagnosed with COVID-19.
Marion County's stay-at-home order has been extended for another 2 weeks. Today, Mayor Joe Hogsett announced that the stay-at-home order for Indianapolis and Marion County would continue through at least May 15th. Mayor Hogsett says the extension will be to the extent that's allowed by any modification to the state stay-at-home order by Governor Eric Holcomb. We are expecting specific details on that tomorrow. The mayor and the director of Marion County's health department say the curve is slowly being flattened, but they also say the numbers need to come down more. The State Department of Health says Marion County had 238 new cases of COVID-19 confirmed over the last 24 hours. A total of 328 residents of Marion County have died from the virus. And there are a couple of exceptions to Marion County's stay-at-home order. The health department says golf courses can reopen if they follow proper social distancing and sanitizing practices, and farmers markets can also open if they follow social distancing standards. And one thing that is still not absolutely clear is how the city's plan to maintain the stay-at-home order will conflict with this week's announcement from Simon Property Group. The owner of Circle Center Mall, Castleton Square, and Keystone at the Crossing said they are planning to reopen those shopping centers this Saturday. The mayor said his office planned on speaking to executives at Simon about it, but tonight his office said any updates will need to come from Simon. And today the governor said this about Simon, quote, "They have said they will comply with both local and state standards, and I take them at their word they will," end quote. And right now, Indiana's stay-at-home order is set to expire at the end of the day Friday. That's tomorrow. But Governor Holcomb has said he will give an update on it tomorrow afternoon, including directives for the public and businesses. It is unclear if the stay-at-home order will be extended, lifted, or partially lifted.
Tens of thousands of Hoosiers are still losing their jobs. The Labor Department says more than 57,000 people in Indiana filed for unemployment for the first time last week. The bit of good news here, this is down from the week before when nearly 73,000 people in the state filed for unemployment. So this means almost 581,000 Hoosiers have filed for unemployment in the 6 weeks since the stay-at-home orders were set. That's more than 500,000 people, by the way. Well, today, Vice President Mike Pence got to see firsthand how the GM plant in Kokomo made the transition from making auto parts to making life-saving ventilators.
The Vice President took a tour of the plant, greeting workers and congratulating them on a truly huge effort. The Kokomo plant did a complete switch in production within 17 days, and in the last month alone has produced more than 600 ventilators.
I'm so proud of all the volunteers here that are making this incredible partnership happen. I talked to a former Marine who's working the line here, and he told me that not since he was in the Marine Corps did he feel quite as much a part of a mission. And you all are part of our nation's mission. It's a mission to make sure that every American struggling with the coronavirus has the same level of health care and treatment that we would want for any member of our family. And make no mistake about it, you all have played a critical role in ensuring the fact that as of today, no American who has required a ventilator has been denied a ventilator anywhere in the United States.
And GM is being paid by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services to manufacture and provide 30,000 ventilators by the end of August.
And there's an added benefit for the Kokomo community. GM is hiring more than 1,000 workers to build the ventilators. RTV6's Stephanie Wade joins us with what that means for Howard County.
The pride of Kokomo is strong today as Vice President Pence returned to his home state to see firsthand how GM was able to transition from building auto parts to life-saving ventilators thanks to some local Hoosiers.
Obviously, a lot of people have been laid off in our community as communities across the country. And then all of a sudden to have 1,000 jobs show up, what a nice shot in the arm that was for us.
1,000 jobs added in the midst of an economic crisis, a morale boost for the economy. Howard County Commissioner Paul Wyman says when he was able to tour the facility last week.
We got to talk to a lot of the workers in there, and they couldn't be more excited. And not only because of the opportunity to have a job, but the mission that they're doing. I mean, they're creating a machine that is saving lives around the country, if not around the world.
It's touching longtime community members and business owners like Terry Rose.
I have a pizza shop, so we had the opportunity before it was up and running to actually deliver pizzas out there for all the electricians. So it kind of gave you goosebumps. I know it may sound kind of silly, but I've lived here all my life. My parents retired from GM, so I've got to watch the transition of that, go from what it was to just declining, and then to have something so important as to building ventilators during this time. I think it's pretty amazing.
It's really lifted folks' spirits, when you're on a stay-at-home order for a long time, it affects people. And so anytime there's some really good news like that, it becomes something that folks can rally around.
In Kokomo, Stephanie Wade, RTV6.
And we mentioned 1,000 people are being hired to make those ventilators in Kokomo. Our Hiring Hoosiers partner, Ivy Tech Community College, is assisting GM with their hiring process. A virtual job fair is planned for May 6th at 11 a.m. To learn more about the open positions and the job fair, click on this story at hiringhoosiers.com and on the RTV6 app. And despite the COVID-19 pandemic, it's still RTV6's mission to bring you job opportunities through our Hiring Hoosiers initiative.
And there are plenty of opportunities still available. Let's go to the Hiring Hoosiers job feed now. Cityway Animal Clinics in downtown Indianapolis is hiring a veterinary technician. You must have a flexible work schedule for this.
And the Jack Lorry Group needs a cleaning associate to work on the northwest side of Indianapolis. The company wants a positive person who can make a difference with their janitorial team.
Brookdale Robin Run Village is a senior living community on the northwest side of Indianapolis in need of a certified nursing assistant and a licensed practical nurse. So 2 different positions are available there.
Direct Dose RX needs a sales director to work in Indianapolis as well as around the greater Midwest. You need 2 to 4 years of selling experience.
Our Hiring Hoosiers partner, Spherion, is a company that connects people to jobs, and they're hiring mail sorters in Indianapolis. Pay ranges from $11 to $12.50 an hour.
All of these jobs come from our Hiring Hoosiers job board. Companies post their job openings on that board every day, and there's a link to the application process. Just go to hiringhoosiers.com and you can look at the board.
What can we be ready for? And those are the things that's coming out of the discussion is the separation, the sanitizing. How do we service the guest that they feel safe?
Restaurant owners across the state are getting prepared to reopen their doors, and while they still don't know when that will be exactly, our Nicole Griffin is finding out one owner is ready to put extensive safety precautions in place once his doors do reopen.
Typically, when you come into Wolfie's at Guys, you see a caddy just like this on the table with your mustard, ketchup, your salt and pepper. But right now, they are in the process of taking these off the tables. That way, when they do reopen, if a customer needs condiments, they will get a small individual portion.
We understand how important this is to open up the right way.
With 7 restaurants in Hamilton County, Scott Wolf is focusing on the future, the day when families once again fill these empty tables.
We need to be prepared to open up. We assume it's going to be probably a 50% open capacity, seating capacity.
His priority is making sure both staff members and customers feel safe. That starts with spreading out tables at least 6 feet apart and removing condiments so guests aren't touching and sharing the same bottles.
It's going to be a different feel. Instead of coming in waiting in a waiting area, we're not going to be able to do that. As far as hanging out at the bar waiting for your table, that won't happen. So we're going to have separation areas. Once those get full, we're probably going to have you wait in a car.
Staff members will have their temperatures taken daily, and one will be dedicated during every shift to sanitizing the entire restaurant.
Another one's going to be running all the food. Another one will be handling all the dirty dishes. So it's going to change our dynamics on how we operate the restaurants going forward.
While carryout sales for Wolfie's have increased to 25% of normal sales during the pandemic, Wolf worries what will happen if dining rooms don't reopen soon.
How long can we sustain this? Don't know. If this continues, unfortunately, I've talked to some of my, fellow guys that are restaurateurs, and they're not going to reopen, and that's sad.
Working for you in Geist, Nicole Griffin, RTV6.
In an effort to prepare, Wolfie's has been in contact daily with restaurant owners across the country. Some of that have already reopened to find out what steps they are taking to keep everyone safe.
RTV6 is sharing resources and stories that will help our community rebound from the pandemic. A Carmel-based therapy provider is pivoting their services to put families in a good place. Children's TheraPlay provides physical and occupational therapy to children with special needs. And we found they are now offering virtual services to their clients to help families maintain structure and help kids adjust to this new normal.
So Cave, where else could the bear live?
Forest.
Sutton Brost is an energetic 7-year-old from Fortville. Before the pandemic, he visited Children's TheraPlay every week for occupational therapy, spending time in a clinic and on horseback.
Part of the therapy takes place on the horse, which gives him a lot of really great neurofeedback. And then the clinic portion just really helps him with becoming more independent, developing skills.
Skills like writing, self-care, memorizing his parents' phone numbers, and Sutton just learned how to tie his shoes. This kind of therapy helps the Bros and other families maintain a routine. So when COVID-19 physically closed the barn doors at Children's TheraPlay, the nonprofit found a way to keep connecting with its patients.
I was a little skeptical about teletherapy, especially with a 7-year-old.
Neva Luttrell is Sutton's therapist at Children's TheraPlay. She now does weekly sessions with him through Zoom. She says this new way of working with her patients is putting parents in the driver's seat.
Trying to help their children adjust to this new routine that children with special needs definitely strive on, and that structure that they need, helping build that into their daily life at home.
Neva had never conducted a virtual therapy session before social distancing, but she sees this new challenge as an opportunity.
I think this is going to help change the way that us as therapists and the parents view therapy as a collaborative method to help these children continue to progress.
Sutton's mom, Laura, has been working from home and getting help from Neva to find a balance so that Sutton can continue to learn and grow.
If we didn't have access to our occupational and speech therapists right now, I'd be a bit concerned about where he might fall developmentally.
And the continuation of Sutton's routine during social distancing will ease his eventual rebound back to the horse barn.
Having the support system that we have, which includes our therapy team, has made this time definitely more bearable.
Almost 75% of Children's TheraPlay's total family caseload has made the transition to teletherapy. The company says because of the success seen from this, they are exploring options to offer virtual services and resources to a broader community. And if you want to learn more about TheraPlay or find out how other Hoosiers are rebounding from the pandemic, go to theindychannel.com/rebound.
New developments. We are now learning about what may have led to the shooting death of a mail carrier in an East Side neighborhood. According to court documents, Tony Cushingberry Mays admitted to shooting 45-year-old Angela Summers. He says that he shot her after she pepper sprayed him during an altercation. Prosecutors say Cushingberry Mays had been arguing with the mail carrier over the behavior of the man's dog. The court documents say the Postal Service had placed a hold on the mail at the home of Cushingberry Mays because of problems with the dog. This past Monday, prosecutors say Cushingberry Mays confronted mail carrier Angela Summers about the mail that had not been delivered. Documents say that Summers used pepper spray on the man, and prosecutors say that's when she was shot. Cushingberry Mays faces federal charges, including second-degree murder.
Coming up, you can't pick up a 7-10 split right now, but you can pick up some tasty pizza and help out the community. Beach Grove Bowl is quiet inside, but continuing to serve. That story is next when the news at 6 continues.
Are you ready for some big changes? The cooler air is leaving, warmer air arriving. 47 in Indy, but it's 86 in Nebraska. Back after this.
CERF.org.
This is RTV6 News at 6, working for you.
Just into the RTV6 newsroom tonight, Simon Property Group now confirms their Marion County malls won't reopen Saturday as they previously stated. The company says it will comply with Marion County's extended stay-at-home order and won't reopen Castleton Square Mall, Keystone Fashion Mall, or Circle Center until at least May 15th. That's how long the county's stay-at-home order now goes. The other 7 Simon malls in Indiana, including in Hamilton County and Greenwood, will now open on May 4th.
And whether it's a league night or a night out with friends, for many of us, bowling is a fun way to spend an evening.
It sure is, but until the lanes are reopened, alleys are having to hang on in other ways. Our Brad Brown shows us how Beech Grove is continuing to support a local favorite.
It's not supposed to be this quiet.
When it's been 3 or 4 weeks and no sound, it's out there.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For decades, Beech Grove has seen these lanes busy until now.
We haven't closed our doors even in tornadoes and things like that, winter ice storms. So to look at them and say, hey, it's done, I mean.
Scott Seach has owned Beech Grove Bowl for more than 20 years. The building's been in the heart of downtown BG for more than 70. Not being open is something not often seen here.
We get at least a couple of phone calls every day. Are you open for bowling? Can we come bowl? So yeah, our regulars are just dying. I mean, all of us, we're all bowlers. We all want to bowl.
But Scott and his crew have kept the alley's small kitchen going, putting out pizzas and calzones by the dozen, keeping the locals in the loop.
We have a sheeted dough that we were using to make cheese breads out of. Stuffed it, folded it over, and cooked it, and it worked. And we put it on the menu, and it's fastly become our #1 seller. I've actually been in airports in other cities and had people see my shirt and say, oh, I love your calzone.
BG Bowl also has a relief fund for those in need.
We pretty much posted, if you're hungry, out of work, need food, give us a call. We can use that fund to buy you dinner. So it started with $300. There's $900 in it now. We spent over $1,500 out of it. Every time something like this has happened, the ice storms and things like that, this whole community pulls together.
Hopefully soon the pins will fall here again.
My people are working. I'm working. We know that there's a lot of people who aren't working at all. So, your restaurants, they're there. They know when you need, and we're trying to help as much as we can.
Scott is making some upgrades at Beech Grove Bowl that includes digital ball tracers and alley projection systems. Some very cool stuff there. He also partners with the Didion family in owning All-Star Bowl over on Indy's east side. They're making some renovations there as well. Of course, bowlers all over the Hoosier State are hoping to be back on the lanes soon. Working for you, Brad Brown, RTV6.
Thank you, Brad. Well, it has definitely not been a beautiful day around central Indiana, but the fall-like weather likely helping joggers' endurance a bit. This video is from Washington Street downtown. Kevin, a way cooler day today than it was yesterday. So what are you tracking for the rest of the evening and for our Friday?
Just think of today as a setup for tomorrow. The cooler it's felt today, the warmer it will feel tomorrow, and I'll let you decide about weekend temperatures that jump into the mid-70s. What do you say, that's mild or flat out warm? Temperature now 46 in Muncie, 46 in Kokomo. There's that steel gray sky. It definitely looks more like fall, as Mark mentioned. Bloomington, you at least made it to 51. The big red L, low pressure, air rises around that, creating then the clouds and precipitation. That whole shield will take with it the clouds, rain, and cooler temperatures. As it moves to the east, western Indiana will be the first to see the sunshine, and skies begin to clear overnight and then be with us tomorrow. Okay, next 12 hours, temperatures don't change much. That's a handful of degrees between 7 o'clock tonight and 6 a.m. tomorrow. We'll start at 42 in Indy, some outlying areas where skies clear. Terre Haute, Lafayette, maybe Peru in the 30s. Then we'll turn the corner quickly during the day tomorrow. The cooler air off to the north and east. It follows the clouds and showers and replaced by milder temperatures, not just for the Hoosier State, but for much of the Midwest and the central U.S. Sunshine and 53. By 11 a.m. tomorrow. It won't be as windy either. That'll make it feel warmer. Temperature of about 66 during your afternoon. High temperature with a mixture of clouds and sunshine through the afternoon. Temperatures from north to south, almost 70 to the south, mid-60s, northern portions of the state. As we go to the weekend, 74 Saturday, lower 70s Sunday. The biggest difference between the 2 days, the fact that we'll have some rain and thunderstorms, especially the first half of Sunday, the way the timing looks. There's 5 a.m. Sunday through mid-morning, showers, thunderstorms. Then that drops to the south as we go into the afternoon hours. And your 7-day forecast, temperatures next week, they start to go the other way. 70 Monday, but 66 Tuesday with some rain shower potential. Only 60 again Wednesday, but notice some overnight lows at least in the 40s each night, or a little bit warmer. Making progress. First weekend of May will feel like May. That's good.
I'm Dave First with another RTV6 Senior Salute as we continue to honor the graduating spring sport athletes, and a senior salute to Zionsville High School's Duncan McCourt. The Eagles lacrosse star is a 4-year player, captain for the last few seasons. This after wrapping up his high school hockey career as the top scoring defenseman. This two-sport athlete will compete at Division II Colorado Mesa next season. Can't wait to see what he does there. Good luck, Duncan. I'm Dave First with another RTV6 Senior Salute.
TheIndyChannel.com/rebound.
Welcome back. It's been a while, but today we are bringing back the RTV6 photo of the day.
Brenda Oldham took this stunning picture of a blue heron visiting her Brown County home.
Brenda says she has 2 ponds, and this great blue heron likes to visit to go fishing for food. What a stunning photo.
Yeah, it's not often that you get to see a blue heron this up close, and it's a pretty majestic bird, by the way.
We want you to send in your photo of the day. You can show us how you are social distancing or spending your time during Indiana's stay-at-home order. Email your photo to news@WRTV.com.
And maybe these temperatures will help the blue heron fishing. May the fish become more active. 47 today, 74 Saturday. You just flip the numbers, guys, and you change everything.
Well, thanks for making RTV6 your choice for news. World News Tonight with David Muir is next. Then stay with us for the news at 7.